Hello, young learners. Get ready for an exciting video lesson about some amazing and inspirational people from different fields. We'll meet incredible individuals who have achieved great things and have fascinating interests beyond their accomplishments. So let's dive right in. First, we have Malala, the youngest Nobel Prize laureate who advocates for girls' education. Did you know that Malala also loves reading books and her favorite subjects are science and history? She's a true bookworm with a curious mind. One child, one teacher, one book, and one pen can change the world. Next, meet Greta Thunberg, the environmental activist who inspires global action on climate change. Greta's love for the environment goes beyond her activism. She enjoys spending time outdoors, exploring nature, and getting up close with wildlife. You are never too small to make a difference. Our next inspirational figure is Eliud Kipchoge, the record-breaking marathon runner. When he's not running marathons, Eliud enjoys playing basketball and spending quality time with his family in his Kenyan hometown. He is best known for being the first long-distance runner to run a marathon in under 2 hours. And he reminds us that no human is limited. Now let's talk about Simone Biles, the incredible gymnast with numerous medals, most of them gold. Not only she excels in gymnastics, but also has a hidden talent for cooking. Her favorite dish to make is homemade pizza. Simone reminds us that always to work hard and never give up, and fight until the end because it's never really over until the whistle blows. Did you know that Bill Gates, the co-founder of Microsoft, enjoys playing a strategic card game called Bridge? Even tech geniuses need a fun challenge to keep their minds sharp. Bill Gates is quoted as saying, "Your most unhappy customers are your greatest source of learning." Misty Copeland, the trailblazing ballet dancer, has a passion for choreography. She loves creating her own dance routines and expressing herself through movement. Misty reminds us that anything is possible when you have the right people there to support you. Let's talk about Steve Irwin, the famous wildlife expert and the crocodile hunter. Steve's love for adventure started early, and he caught his first crocodile at just 9 years old with the help of his dad. Steve Irwin is best remembered for his quote saying, "I believe that education is all about being excited about something. Seeing passion and enthusiasm helps push an educational message." Jane Goodall, the remarkable primatologist, had a love for animals from her childhood. Her favorite toy was a stuffed chimpanzee named Jubilee, who became her first furry friend. Jane Goodall has made a name for herself in the international community by studying and advocating for chimpanzee conservation and environmental protection. Jane Goodall has been quoted as saying, "The least I can do is speak out for those who cannot speak for themselves." Rosa Parks, the courageous civil rights activist, had a passion for sewing and often made her own clothes. She was not only brave, but also creative and individualistic. Rosa Parks is best known for her civil rights activism. She's known for her courageous stand against racial segregation on buses, specifically where she refused to give up her seat simply because she was a woman of color. Rosa Parks is best remembered for her quote where she says, "I would like to be remembered as a person who wanted to be free, so other people could also be free." Mae Jemison, the inspiring astronaut, is not only talented in space exploration, but also a talented dancer. She enjoys expressing herself through movement and dance. She was the first African American woman ever to go up into space. And she's been quoted as saying, "Never be limited by other people's limited imaginations." Let's talk about Stephen Hawking, the brilliant physicist and author. Stephen Hawking was diagnosed with a rare form of motor neuron disease called amyotrophic lateral sclerosis at the age of 21. Despite being given only a few years to live, he defied the odds and went on to become one of the most renowned theoretical physicists in history. One of Hawking's many famous quotes is, "However difficult life may seem, there is always something you can do and succeed at." LeBron James, considered by many to be the best NBA basketball player ever to play the game. But he does more than just basketball. He's a philanthropist, an actor, a businessman, and also has built a school in his old hometown of Akron, Ohio. While being a multi-millionaire, LeBron James has been quoted as saying, "I don't need too much. Glamour and all that stuff don't excite me. I'm just glad to have the game of basketball in my life." Amelia Earhart was an aviation pioneer and the first female aviator to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean. Earhart was quoted as saying, "Adventure is worthwhile in itself." Taylor Swift, the famous singer and songwriter, has a love for writing beyond songwriting. She enjoys creating short stories and poems too. Swift has been quoted as saying, "Just be yourself. There is no one better." So these are just a few inspirational people that you might want to investigate further and see if you share any of their same common values. Some other people who you might look into researching more on would be Michelle Obama, the former First Lady of the United States, President Barack Obama's wife. You could research Jackie Robinson. He was the first African American baseball player and did what they called broke the color barrier into the sport to allow more people of different ethnicities to join the game. You may be familiar with Usain Bolt, who's been labeled as the fastest man in the world. I wonder what his values are. What are his motivations? Albert Einstein could be someone you look into more. He's said to be one of the smartest people in the world, and his studies are still looked at today. You could look into Neil Armstrong, the first man to land on the moon. What's his story, and do you have any connections with him? The point is, think about someone who inspires you, someone who's a role model, and take some time to research their lives, their accomplishments, and the things that they value the most, and see how you can connect with them.